we look to them as a product supplier to us. So when it really comes to partnerships, it's a fun part of the gig, but I'll tell you, it's one of the most challenging because you really have to take a massively strategic approach to who is this individual. Because I don't look at my partnership with the New Jersey Devils and the Prudential Center as the Devils and the Prudential Center. It's Lexa. That's my point of contact. That's who I work with. That's who puts me in contact with the other individuals within an organization that we then enact. We then implement different solutions, different programs to support the communities within New York, the workforce programs that they have. So, I think, Jimmy, you really kind of teed us up really nice for this conversation because partnerships and strategy, you can't have one without the other.
Great, and a couple of things that's really impressive that NJMEP does is they do manufacturing. And that's a huge, how many people come to manufacturing day?
Almost 1,000 last year.
Almost 1,000 people, a lot of companies, partners, and just a lot of resources for manufacturers. And then you also do, I don't remember what it's called, State of the State.
State of the State, which actually the press release went out yesterday. State of the State, and it's going to be spearheaded by NJBIM with us supporting. And then we have a new South Jersey event, the South Jersey Expo, on July 11th at Rome College of Southern New Jersey, to specifically work with that underserved community of South New Jersey. So we do a lot for us.
Excellent, excellent. And one of the biggest things that you guys have done is during the pandemic, they lobbied to make sure that manufacturers were essential. So they stayed in business because you shut a manufacturing company down, it takes a lot to get it back up. And a lot of companies would be out of business if it wasn't for that type of advocacy. So very important. So Lana, you're partnering with organizations in the community, and what else do you look for in partners? You talked a little bit about some of the organizations you partner with, but it's about developing the right relationship with people, and how do you figure that out? And is it usually you're looking for partners, and you have your strategy around that?
Oh no, yeah, for sure. See, so right away when people see community development bank, right? They're looking at dollars. They're like, oh, she's gonna bring a check. So typically, I'm very well received because I pay for lunch and I bring a check. But here's the part, right? So when I'm sourcing a partner, I'm looking to see what type of engagement and influence they have in the community. So a nonprofit, for example, I'm looking for a reciprocal relationship. We're not just going to write a check. I'm going to integrate myself as part of your organization. I'm going to lead and facilitate and plan out activities with you. So, most importantly, it needs to be a reciprocal relationship. It needs to be an organization that is truly making a difference in lives. Now, my focus is organizations that are teaching individuals to be financially independent and financially stable. So unfortunately, if someone that's doing food for seniors is coming, yes, that's important, but I'm working more in lines with organizations that, want to help families achieve generational wealth. And how do we do that? We start talking about credit. We start talking about budgeting. I start talking to your kids about what we're going to do with the money in the piggy bank, at a young age, because that's what we lack in there's not enough conversation going on with the children now. How do we start saving and teach our kids to be better savers for the future?
Okay, excellent. And I want to point out a couple key things that I just want to, number one, it's got to be a reciprocal relationship. You have to bring value, they have to bring value. Also, you don't just partner and walk away. You're like, okay, we're partners, okay. You got to become part of their teams. Lana and I, we probably did 4 calls before this event to really just make sure everything was going to go and make it successful for both organizations. So it takes work once you do it as well. And then the other key thing is reinforces what Jimmy said. You know, she doesn't just do any type of partnership. She has a strategy. And if it doesn't fit within what she does, then she doesn't do it. So, you know, having that discipline is key. But you can't have that if you didn't do your plan, because if you don't have a strategy, you don't know who you're really trying to partner with. So, thank you. So, Gene, you know, I love what Gene does with VAs, and does it differently. So, can you talk a little bit about how you bring them on and how you match them up with clients and ensure the success?
Well, the biggest key with any virtual assistant is that it's going to be a personal relationship between you and the assistant. So what we try to do is facilitate that. It's like a real secret sauce of what we try to do. It's a combination of making sure first of all, we have very strict hiring standards to hire people that have excellent English skills and communication skills. We put them through a training program to make sure that they are ready to work with a United States-based or New Jersey-based special business owner, because we're a little bit different from New Jersey. And that's important. And we also do behavioral assessments on them. We use the DISC model to look at the person and get a better feel for what this person can do. So when we're consulting with our clients, we also listen to what they need, right? We have to make sure we know the client's personality, what some of the things that they need out of the assistant, and then we try to match them. And that matchmaking is really I think the key to making it successful. That's how we try to do it, and so that there's a real partnership between you and the assistant. They have to be a part of your business and a part of your team. It's just like hiring someone. Everyone knows how hard that is to find somebody, right? That's good. We try to help with that.
Great, thanks, Gene. And he told sort of half the story. The other half is, you know, usually if you have a VA, they're working from home. He has a building over there, so they come to work. And, you know, they come, you know, they train each other, they work together, and, you know, sometimes you have turnover. You know, I lost one of my VAs, but they already had a backup. So the next day I had a VA, and the VA already knew about my business. And, you know, it just lessens the risk. And, you know, they work US hours. So every morning I meet with my VA at 8 a.m. and we go over stuff. And it's amazing having a full-time VA. Just having, being able to delegate and someone who can bring skills to the table that you don't necessarily have. So, key. So, okay. Is that me? Okay. So, Mike, you know, looking at it from an enterprise strategy, you know, you're not just putting together the partnership for you, you're putting it together for your whole organization and others within your organization. So how do you negotiate that?
Well, it depends on what kind of partnership. The partnership that we have with Andrew is different because he's, like I mentioned, he's actually going in and implementing solutions to manufacturers. We're traders and consultants. That's our business. We help manufacturers grow, thrive, specifically here in New Jersey. So when we're looking at a partner that's going to actually be implementing, we want to make sure, of course, that they know their stuff. But how are they going to interact with the client? These are small, medium-sized manufacturers. Andrew has a fantastic approach with the client. He makes it feel comfortable. He doesn't come in there and he knows a lot. He doesn't come in there and say, look how much I know so much more than you have to use them. It's, let's go in there, see what your business needs, and find the best solutions that work for you specifically. And when it comes to that type of relationship, you have to really be selective. You have to be willing to say no. You have to understand that individual and what they're going to bring to the table for your business, but also for your clients. And then we have a whole other side of partners, with the media partners or affiliate partners, businesses that do what we do. We're not a bank. You know, we don't do insurance, but manufacturers still need them. So when we have those conversations, we have to understand, are they just in this to get a lead list, and are they gonna, knock on every single door of my client and start bothering them, and they're gonna be saying, hey, NJMEP sent us over here? That's not the type of person that we want to deal with, because our business as an organization is to support our manufacturers and our clients. It's not to make a quick buck by selling a lead list to a company that's just going to go out and email 1,000 people. So that is really the most critical point. It's understanding the intentions of the individual that we want to partner with, finding out where within our organization they work, and then creating a team or a group or an individual that will actively manage. You work with Andrew, our Andrew. You work with our resource leads very often. Other partners like White Oak Capital make and invest in wearable technologies. That company has to deal with me because I work with the clients on that side of the business. So it really depends on what you need to do with that partner, and then you have to build that strategy. You have to build that accountability around that individual that's going to be managing that partner when it comes to client interaction.
Okay. All right. Excellent. And it's important. It's hard to develop a working relationship, and having clarity about exactly what you having a process and a way to do things, because most small business, actually most big businesses too, don't do a good job of hiring or bringing people on to work. And a lot of times it's just because they figure, we hired you, get to work. But there really needs to be a strategy. There needs to be a strategy before you even write your job proposal. You need to have a strategy around interviewing and a process. You need to have an onboarding process, and then an ongoing mentorship process, a relationship process afterwards if you want to have success. Because generally, more than 50% of people coming in don't deliver the results or the success within the organization. So definitely, being able to do that is great. And manage, over 100 resources.
Just from 250.
250. So that's not an easy thing to do, but they do it well. So what I'm going to do is, coming up on time. So just give you a second to say anything else you want to share before we close out.
Okay, well, only thing that I'll share, I guess, is just kind of to piggyback on the importance of partnerships. So we've all shared 3 different perspectives of the importance of partnerships, right? No matter what type of business you are in. So I'm in banking. It's important for me to partner with my internal partners, the organization, the people that make the decisions, my external partners, small business owners, hear what's going on in the community, what can we do at Lakeland Bank, to ease up some of the strain and continue to see small businesses thrive. So we had 4 employees from our branches here in Nicole, one of our commercial vendors, 2 of our business banking officers, and Gloria, one of our branch managers. So if you haven't spoken to them, go out and connect with them. Lakeland Bank, I don't, but I have a little bit of say or share my opinion in terms of the products that we create. We do have a small business line of credit, depending on where the property is located. Again, this was designed for inner cities, low and moderate income census tract, where we're discounting 2% and there's no fee. So any small business owner that has a small business, that wants information on a line of credit or see what programs are available because of where they are, feel free to talk to one of our bankers. And lastly, what I want to share is I do a lot of work around educating and home ownership. I have a pretty cool event coming up in April in the city of Plainfield. I've keyword partnership. I've partnered with New Jersey Citizen Action and with the Department of Community Development for Plainfield to put together a fireside chat. I will be moderating that fireside chat because I know presentations can be boring. But we have realtors, we have a lender, we're gonna have a HUD-1 counselor. We're doing this for the people. There's a flyer over at our table. It's gonna be at the Performing Arts Center in the city of Plainfield. We're anticipating a pretty large crowd, and I hope to get questions and answers, and just bring the bank, bring the professionals to the people. Thank you guys so much for your attention today. Oh, my name again is Lana. And if you didn't grab my business card, follow my Instagram, Lana the Banker. Gotta pitch myself.
So I'll just give a small piece of my experience working with business owners as a coach for a long time. When they're going out to make their first hire, or if they've hired before, whether it's successful or not, one of the challenges, whether you're using a virtual assistant or an employee internally, it's very difficult for a business owner to do that because everything is in your head and you know everything. It's very hard to transition that to giving a package of work that somebody else can do for you. And one of the things that I always try to help people to do is the first thing you got to start doing is envisioning in your mind what are the things that can be done by somebody else. You're going to have to do this because everyone reaches their own internal limit. You have an internal limit of how much you can do in a day, how many things you can remember, how many people you can talk to. And you will never be able to get over that limit in your business without hiring somebody. And the key is to figure that out for yourself first. We help with that as an agency. We know that issue. This is what we try to help with. But a lot of the work is your work. You guys have to do some of that work in developing that package of work that is going to be handed over to somebody. It's going to be a personal challenge for you. But if you're going to grow in your business, you got to do it. And people are reluctant to do it, but there's no other way through. So that's my my thought for the day on that.
And the last part I want to touch on is, Andrew made a great point too. It's you have to be an active partner. If half of our partnerships, if we didn't engage with, we're a small drop in the pond. We just mentioned we have 250 business resources that are actually doing consulting for our clients. If Andrew didn't actively engage us, we may not remember every single one every single day. So that engagement is absolutely critical. You probably see that in the community all the time. But that's such an important part of partnerships that I've learned working in this role, stepping into this role. So it's just a critical piece that if you take one thing away, understanding that you have to be an active partner, it's going to get you the farthest. And then lastly, about NJMEP, we have 3 pieces that I really want everyone to remember. It's if you work with manufacturers or a consultant, connect with us. We have that group of 250 manufacturing business consultants. There's 11,000 manufacturers in the state, so there's work for everyone. 2, if you don't necessarily consult, but if you provide service, that's our affiliate program too. We can actively engage with you, build programs around expressing what you do and what value you provide. And 3, if you know of anyone that needs or is looking to expand their career with some growth opportunities, the old perception of manufacturing has died for a reason. It's modern, it's engaging, it's advanced. And we have programs going on right now for if you're a veteran, if you're related to a veteran, we provide no-cost certifications that are nationally recognized in production, logistics, supply chain management. So just please Google us, grab a piece of materials. There's so much opportunity in this industry for those providing services and those looking to expand themselves and build themselves up. So please spread the word because this is a 5-year program. We're on our 3rd year. That's no-cost certification programs, hands-on training, career advice, resume building. We want to get it to as many people as possible, and there really is no catch. It's really amazing. So, Andrew, thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. And just one point that Michael, having the 250 resources, just like with your clients, your your employees are your clients. And one of the ways you manage it is you have a quarterly resource meeting and bring everybody in and build relationships. I know Gene goes to the Philippines every quarter and does an event for his people. So you got to treat your people like their customers as well. So you can sort of be part of the team. So great, Ross.
May I ask a question before you close out? It's a point that both Lana and Mike made. And how do you turn sponsors sponsors into partners? Because what you guys are talking about is much more interactive than what sponsors do.
Sure.
So the question is, how do we turn sponsors into partners? I every time it happens, I just say to myself, girl, you good. Because sometimes I surprise myself, but I will tell you the key is building reciprocal relationships, remaining present, right? Remaining present. It's not just going away, I'm never going to contact you again, but remaining engaging. Engaging with the organization, not just your executive directors, but the staff, the participants. But my honest advice is engaging, building trust, being true to yourself and your mission. When you say one thing and do another, are you going to trust that person? Absolutely not. So being a person of my word, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to work hard for you and your people, and we're going to pull this together and following through and seeing that project to the end. That's how I take a partnership and turn that into a sponsorship into a partnership, and bringing other partners in, so right, we keep talking about partnerships and creating these collective pools of powerful and smart individuals. So I mentioned before, I'm doing that thing in Plainfield, that homebuyer workshop. I connected with the city of Plainfield, and I'm bringing in one of my nonprofit organizations. So pooling those two powerful organizations so that they can now pull more people and become stronger together. So, not only is it engaging, but being that connector. So even though I may have engaged with you today, and then, probably like, oh, she's community development, she can't do anything for me. You don't know who I know, and I don't know who you know. So that's how you build trust, build your reputation, remaining engaged, being a connector amongst the community. I'm not a small business lender or a mortgage loan officer. 99% of the time, people think I am. All I'm going to do is send you over to someone within my organization that's going to be able to help you. And if I can't help you, if they can't help you, I'm going to chat with Mike here and learn a little bit more about what he does, so that if I come across someone that can benefit, I'm only empowering myself by being that connector, because I may not be able to help you, you may not be able to help me, but we know someone that will benefit from the people and the paths that we've come across.
You said it beautifully, and it's, I said it so many times, but I don't want to be a broken record, but it's when that sponsor wants to do more. It's when that sponsor sees the value, when you can show that value of what your organization can provide, it turns from a sponsorship into, oh, let's do this next month too. Maybe have a little round table. Oh, let's do an event at your program, have a special food manufacturing corner. And then I start saying, all right, maybe this is more than just a one and done sponsorship or a recurring sponsorship that happens every year. Let's build 4 quarters of a contract. Let's build out a scope of work. Let's dive into what we can really deliver at the end of the year, so we can benchmark and look back and see what we achieved together. And then that partnership really starts to take form. I think partnership is the organized sponsor. A sponsor is a check you can get in the mail, you get a pop-up band, you get a table, and when you start organizing that relationship and you start really developing it, it becomes a relationship. It becomes more of just something with a little bit more roots to it. So that's really my approach when it comes to turning those sponsors into a partner, and then realizing when a sponsor is not either capable of or not interested in becoming a partner. That's okay too. If you want to sponsor New Jersey Manufacturing Day every year, you don't have the staff, the resources, the time to manage a partnership because it does take management. That's okay. We can work together. When things come along, I'll keep you in the loop, but that's all right too. So you have to make sure that you're willing to say no, know when to push the envelope, and know when to be happy about it. You got it.
All right, we'll do one last question.
I don't know if it's a question, but it's more like the amen corner. So, you guys were talking about sponsorship and partnership, and I run an organization called Empower the Village, so we call it the village, building your village. And that's exactly what coming here today does for you. It starts to build that village. I met Andrew through Jack Cox, who's on my board. He introduced me to Andrew. Andrew didn't know me, but he learned about my organization and that we were supporting Black-owned businesses who needed coaching, and he gives great coaching and advice. So we became partners. So he works with us to support Black-owned businesses, but we come here and meet business owners. And there are many business owners in this room who benefited from our most recent pitch competition, and we put money in their hands, and then we built a relationship with Precious Williams, who coached those businesses and did a fantastic job. And so we put, resources in the hands of people because of our relationship through Andrew, through coming to this, and then helping them through Precious. And the video that's happening today is one of our finalists from our pitch competition, JM Multimedia, who's using equipment that we got from being in the pitch competition. So the point is that you need to build a village, partnership, sponsorship, village, relationships. It's all about relationships, and who knows what we can do together.
All right, well, I don't think I could say anything else. I think that was a good wrap up. Thank you so much for the panel. It was great. It doesn't do you any good just to hear it. Take this with you and start thinking about and working on some of this stuff going forward, even tomorrow. So thanks again to the panel. Lana, if you can stay, we have quick drawings for surprises if you want to pull them. So first prize is a.
I feel like I can't pick up the Tiffany looking box because I know exactly what it is.
First prize is a Small Business Pro University pull, and it's guaranteed to help your golf swing. 2 strokes. Stan Robinson. You have to be here to win. So.
Take another Robinson.
Can't do this because then I gotta look and then I see like my coworkers' card. I hope this is not one of theirs.
Okay. So we got Helen Lala. There she is. I've got different sizes, so once we're done, we'll make sure you get the right size. Okay. We have a Small Business Pro University hat. So those of you who are hair challenged, or not. Bank of America. John.
Yeah.
John, still here?
There he is.
All right. We got a copy of my most recent book, Masterpreneur Playbook. 5 steps how to master business growth from startups to scale. Thank you. Then we've got Lakeland.
Timo.
Okay, and then one more. So if you have my first book, this is the workbook. practice. Yeah. So we got, well, whoever's this is. Okay, and I've got 2 final prizes. I was looking for a folder that I was walking around with, so if anyone sees like.
Is it red?
Yes, I think.
It's right here.
All right, so, but before I.
deserve a gift just for that. She was like, I'm keeping it.
So these are the grand prizes. Oh, wait, no, it's a different folder. But I'll find it. But the grand prize, and we've got 2, is registration to the conference in July. And just so you can get excited, I'm just gonna let Precious take 2 minutes so you can
Precious
see why
should pull this
Precious
one.
is.
Precious should pull this one. That's right. Get up here, Precious.
Y'all don't look at the shoes. Y'all know I'm trying to do with the heels. I'm trying to come back right. Come back right. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Yes. All right. Ladies, raise your hands if you want to be a bad bitch with the power pitch. Fellas, raise your hands if you want to be a bad man with a master pitching plan. Yeah, you already here. So you've come to the right place. My name is Precious Williams. I am the proud founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Group. And I'm also a 13-time National Elevator Pitch Champion, 5-time #1 bestseller author, bad bitch with a power pitch, full-figure diva, plus-size fashionista, black on both sides, no Brazilian butt lift, no six-pack abs, been in movies and documentaries around the world. But that's about me. I've trained over 400 pitch champions, but I'm not talking about second or third place. So raise your hands if you want earned media attention for your business. Y'all ain't raising your hands fast enough. Who wants customers and clients to repeatedly come back to you? Oh, y'all being real low up in here. I want to hear some action up in these streets.
Yeah.
Me and you. More importantly, who wants to deal with authenticity and transparency? So when I was growing up, I'm from the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri. First person in my family to graduate high school, full scholarship to college, full scholarship to law school, Georgetown and Rutgers. And I've seen the best of life and I've also seen the worst of life. I've been told too fat, too black, no Ivy League degree. And yet here I am teaching at Harvard and Columbia Law School, Columbia Business School. I train and speak around the world to some of the top companies, training their sales teams on sales pitching and sales scripting. And I'm still Precious Williams, former attorney here in the great state. I'm in New Jersey. State of New York. And so when I say being 45 years old, yes, I said 45, I'm claiming all these years. It's important for people to see a real life representation of hitting rock bottom multiple times and still bouncing back hard. So before I became any of those things that you've heard, I literally was a little girl in the hood of St. Louis with a dream to break out and to be loved for who I am and to let my talent shine before the world, to bless other men and women, to package, position, and pitch themselves into greatness. You don't have to look and sound and act like Hollywood to make it. Obviously, I don't. But the right people know me and my clients. And so you've seen some of them on Shark Tank. You've seen some of them in publications around the world, Forbes, CNN, Wall Street Journal, and other big publications, Black Enterprise and all of them. They had a dream and people told them it could not happen. And then they met me. And I showed them how to slay all competition with a killer pitch. So when you come on July 26th, just know I'm gonna come with my A game. I'm coming to slice and dice. I'm coming to show you how to push yourself forward. And if you don't have a big budget, you don't have all those sort of things that most people really don't have. I'm gonna show you how to ball when all odds are against you. My name is Precious Williams. I'm the proud founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Group. And when I tell you, it's gonna be an honor to show you how to make it rain like snow. I'm Precious. And I want y'all to come out, get this work.
So I know everybody wants to come on the 26th to check Precious out, and that's just a sample. So hopefully, if you didn't win, you can still win because we've got the QR code. advantage of the super early bird pricing for the next couple weeks. And you know, while you're here, you may want to just do it today so you're ready. But definitely want to thank everybody for coming. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, panelists, sponsors. Hopefully your day is supercharged, and next week you're going to come out swinging. Thank you.